17. Elizabeth told Jane the next day what had happened between Mr. He was with Wickham. Jane listened with surprise and concern. They do not know how to believe that Mr. Darcy may not be worthy of Mr. However, it is not his nature to doubt the truth of a good man like Wickham. The opportunity he endured was so great that he could not give all his attention, and there is nothing left to do except to think the goodness of another, to protect each one of his actions, and to answer any calamity or error which cannot be explained in any way. Everyone, he said, was all deceived, and I want to speak in a way we can't do it. People who seem interested don't understand their point. That's right. Now, dear Jane, what do you say to interested people who may be sceptical of this plan? Explain it to them, and we can think of them seriously for that person. I laughed at your choice, but you never made fun of me in my mind. My dear Lizzie, don't think of the lamp that is embarrassing Darcy, putting his father in the way he wants. His father promised to give it to him. It's impossible. Can he be deceived by his best friends? Oh, no. I don't believe Mr. Name, Truth. They're all just talking about bitterness. If not, Darcy should deny this. Plus, that's what they look like. And we saw it then. People don't know what to think. Sorry, one can think. But Jane needs to get to the point. Bingley, if advised, will do as the business becomes known. The two women were invited to a tree during the discussion to contact the people they were talking to. Bingley and his brother have arrived to deliver their invitations to the upcoming football tournament in Netherfield, which will be held next Tuesday. The two women were delighted to see them again as their best friend, described her age as one of a family, and asked what they had done to her as a result of their divorce. The whole family never cared, to protect mine. As much as possible, Bennet did not say much to Elizabeth, nor did he say anything to anyone else. Suddenly, he disappeared again, got up from his chair with his annoying sister's task, and ran to Bennet's place of escape. Waiting for a member at Netherfield will make every woman in the family happy. Mrs. Bennet chose to take it as a fine for their eldest daughter, and was delighted to receive a request from Mr. Bingley, not a customer card. Jane imagined herself a happy evening between her two friends and the interest of their relatives, and Elizabeth happily decided to dance with Mr. Wickham. I see evidence of all that Mr. Wickham looks and acts. Darcy. The excitement that Catherine and Lydia were looking for did not depend on the event, nor on anyone, for even though, like Elizabeth, she meant to play midnight with Mr. Wickham, are not the only ones who are satisfied, and football, however, is football. And Mary assured the couple that she did not want to do that. "Or I may be alone in the morning," he said. "I am satisfied. I do not believe it is a promise to take part in other discussions at night. The group has an idea for everything." Elizabeth was very happy with the case, and although she did not talk much to Collins, she would not ask if she would like to accept Bingley's invitation, and if so, whether she would accept it. Participate in evening parties, he was surprised to find that he did not pay attention to his head, and threatened to ask about the Archdiocese, or the lady, Catherine de Bourgh, for her dance experience. "Well, I don't know, I'm telling you the truth," he said. "Such a ball, given to a strong young man, a decent man, would be bad. I'm disappointed, that's why. I expect relatives to respect me at night, and I would like to take this opportunity to ask you, Miss Elizabeth, about her dance. Lovers, which I believe my cousin Jane will tell the right reason, not the reason, in his humour." Elizabeth felt helpless. He begged Wickham to take him to dance, and Collins followed. Its durability is not difficult at times. No help, though. Mr. Wickham and his excitement was delayed for a while Mr. Collins' comments were welcomed as much as possible. He did not like his boldness in thinking that he was talking about others. Now he met her for the first time, that she was chosen from among the sisters as the right person to be the Queen of Hunsford Parsonage, and a helper in building the quadrille table in Rosings without the proper guest. The idea was quickly criticised, because he knew that his opportunities had raised him, and he adhered all his efforts to honour his ideas and power. And although she was surprised by the satisfaction of her reunion, her mother told her that their marriage might be very close to her. Elizabeth, however, chose not to comment, knowing full well that each answer should lead to a major controversy. Mr. Collins wouldn't do that, and until he did, you couldn't argue with them. In addition to Netherfield football preparation and negotiation, Miss Bennet will be a little sad this time around, as from the day of the call to the day of the ball, the wet season is delayed back to Meryton at once. No sister, no old people, no bad news. The same flowers on Netherfield shoes were discovered by a lawyer. Although Elizabeth may have been opposed to a sustainability test that ended when she met Mr. Wickham, and nothing but dancing on Tuesday, whilst performing incense on Kitty and Lydia on Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Until next week.
So it sets Misa in focus, doesn't it? It's trying to
Yes, it's focused on faces.
Yeah, but I don't know why there's one square white and one square orange.
You'll have to crop us a bit, won't you? Because you've got,
Yes.
when you actually do the filming.
Yes, I will have to nudge it in a little bit at the
Yeah.
Or you can
sides.
if you
Zoom
put
in a bit, I thought.
something underneath the front of the camera just to
No, it's because you got something there, you got the view into the
Yeah,
kitchen.
you've got a slight view into the kitchen on one side, but it's
So
all
why don't you just zoom in a bit? Does the camera not zoom?
because then you'll cut your heads off.
Well, if you put something underneath it,
Yeah,
as your
wait a
dad
minute,
just
can you not
suggested.
just turn it ever so slightly to bring the shot across a bit?
Yes, but then there's a massive white wall on one side, so I have to crop it anyway because I want you in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Anyway. Where are we? Chapter 17, where you're being Elizabeth and Jane.
Elizabeth and Jane.
Yeah, don't ask. You just start. So, Jane, whichever one of you wants to be Jane,
I think you're Jane, aren't you? You're the oldest.
Jane says, I mean, it does say he said anyway, apparently they're both he's, so it's fine. Do you understand what's going on here? Because this is coming out shorter than the original one. In this chapter as well as the last one. Which I don't understand because I thought from this point I know I have been when I was doing it, I don't know. Was I just having an off day where I just forgot to check it as I was doing it? I don't know. Good.
Doing one leg front.
So, Mr. Collins, the same flowers on Netherfield shoes were discovered by a lawyer.
Get my flowers.
It's true, you do have flowers on shoes, don't you?
My flowery shoes.
Yeah, go on, do that bit again. Just pick them up and you can hold it down. That's it. Do say that. So.
The same flowers. I believe chapter 18 was quite long. It's very long. It all on, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Oh, I'm getting really cold, so. I'm gonna get my jumper on before I get a chill.